hang on to your seat, baby, because this one's a screamer. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
What's going on, entertainers? So today I'm coming to you guys with another video. Before I get started, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, let me know what y'all think about this video. Okay, the first thing I wanted to get into, and this is another Hollywood Hot Topics, I wanted to get into the whole Latasha thing. So I haven't seen the whole thing, so we're gonna react to it right now. But Latasha, you guys, they some evil, like y'all like that's some evil beings right there. I'm so glad like my sisters especially aren't that messy, because you see situations like this to the point where you're like, oh, my family ain't that bad. Because you're talking about extortion, in the words of Black China, embezzle, extortion. That's the first thing I thought about. So Tamika went on her YouTube, which the girls are running to YouTube now, okay? It's no longer going on Instagram Live. They want it monetized. So they said, I'm going to the YouTube. They learned it from Candy. Okay, Candy was one of the first housewives to really do it. She wasn't the first, but she was one of the first to really hop on the YouTube game and make her coins instead of running to that Instagram where they block you for just saying the B word. Okay, she went on Instagram and basically addressed the whole Latasha stealing situation and had receipts. The thing is, I watched the interview that Latasha did with Cocktails with Queens on Fox Soul. They made it seem like Tamika was like the devil's spawn. She didn't do anything wrong. So the fact that Latasha went on the interview with them and acted as if she was so innocent and that Tamika's such an evil person for what she did or didn't do, really, is crazy to me. And I really feel like this interview is what really caused Tamika to go off the way that she did on YouTube, because that's the only thing that makes sense. Okay, so Latasha went on Fox Soul and addressed the whole 30K situation, because we're all wondering, where is the $30,000? In the words of Nene Leakes, Greg borrowed $30,000. Greg borrowed $30,000.
since day one. I've called, I've reached out, I've sent voice messages, like to try to get clarity, because you're talking about something that happened 10 years ago that I know nothing of. And I'm finding out in scene. So my thing is was this for a storyline or is this real life? Because in real life, me and my sister, we talk. And you're talking about 10 years ago, and I'm calling you. And if somebody accuses you of something, they should be able to talk to you about it. It's not even about the $30,000. It's about having my sister back. Like, I'll give you that. But at the end of the day, you need to talk to me. I don't want to hear from somebody. You're talking to everybody else outside of me. Talk to me. Word. I'm your sister.
And let me tell you something. You keep saying that.
Yeah,
but what we're hearing is what Tamika claims is that Latasha, blocked her or like changed her number. So she's saying Tamika claimed that she doesn't have her number. She said that in the radio interview, if you guys could remember. So who's really telling the truth here? Do you not have her real number, or is she just making this up? So that way, she could seem like innocent, that, oh yeah, you call me. Because I really feel like Tamika doesn't have her number. I don't think Tamika has her number at all, okay? So, Tamika did her big one on that YouTube. It's really sad though, because this is a real life family. It's not like they're just cast members beefing on a show. This is like real life sisters and beefing with each other. And I'm going to tell y'all who I feel like is the problem in all of this and who's the real culprit.
Choice. My sister is online saying that I'm lying. So now she wants to hold that over my head and say that I'm lying about the money that was stolen from me, my royalties that were stolen from me. And she wanted an apology.
So now, I guess I'll just wait on my apology.
Let me tell you something. She's not going to give an apology. And after I finish revealing what I'm about to reveal, I don't want an apology from her, because I'm not vain like that. I'm not vain. I don't need an apology. I just need you to go somewhere and repent.
Ooh.
And ask God to forgive you and your husband, who's out here being trifling, lying on me and my other group members, sending threat text messages from an anonymous number, but then turn around and do a video and say the same thing that's in the threat text. Girl.
This is my first time watching this, y'all. I was just waiting to see what's going on.
You and your husband got to be the most simplest criminals in the world.
Okay, so let's read the text, you guys. So he said, Tamika, I have a question for you. Which allegation is worse to the media to you? Accusing your sister of stealing 30K or you texting and sending naked pictures to your sister's husband? We just got our hands on pictures and messages, so we're going to do you a favor and let you apologize to your sister and your mom like you did Candy, who set you up on the first place. Also, first of all, why we... Y'all know how I feel about Candy. A lot of y'all, y'all be getting on me in the comments. Oh my God, we get it. You're a Candy stan. It's because she's the scapegoat. She needs to change her name to Candy Scapegoat Burris. That's what I would change my name to. I'll be petty like that, right? And messages. So we're gonna do you a favor, let you apologize to your sister like you did Candy, who set you up on the first place. Also, we have a video of you having sex with someone in 2016, and you could thank the person that's suing you for that. If you don't, we'll send all the info to the media and your Kevin Costner husband. That was a bodyguard joke. That was supposed to be funny. Not. Okay? If you think it's a joke, don't apologize. You'll be defending yourself to your children, your husband, and to the world. But you're not going to have to face shame by yourself. There's a video of Todd sucking a T-girl's D. First, wait a minute. What does a T-girl have to do with this? No. This is becoming more than I can bear. Wait a minute.
How are you going to send me a threat text? Let me explain the text. I will put it up here so you guys can see it. And, I might even share the video where she's saying things that's in the text. So I got a threat text about me, Tiny, and Candy, all right? First of all, her husband says that I sent him naked pictures. And he says something about Tiny, and he says something about Candy that I'm not going to say.
No, we want to hear it all. What did she say about Candy? Because one thing about Candy, she has the real money and the power to really shut Latasha and the husband down. So they might want to tread lightly.
Lies.
You see what the big news is, right?
About you still in the $30,000?
No, about now the news is Tamika, my sister-in-law, was sending me naked pictures. Todd sucking a tranny's dick, and Tiny in trouble. That's about to be the biggest news today. So,
is it Todd or Taj? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Todd from you talking about Candy husband, and why out of everybody you're calling Tasha K, Miss Cuddy P? Like, really? That's the one person you want to divulge this information to is Tasha K. She's not even interested. She's like, oh, I already interviewed your mistress. I don't need your input. But okay. Where's that 30K?
People, that girl you got coming over there with security for what? Like, damn, Tasha.
Let me ask you this
liar.
real quick.
He's a devil. He's evil. A lot of stuff has happened over the years where I have protected my sister and her husband because I wanted a family. I didn't want to be an outcast. I didn't want them not to love me anymore. So I took a lot of things, not just off of them, but also off my mom. So I did not want to be out here without love. So of course I let things ride, but to have that thrown back in my face, my loyalty to my family, and for you to say that I'm a liar when y'all are around here trying to extort me, and you're sitting here threatening me, saying that I need to apologize and say I made a mistake. No, I didn't make no mistake. Miss Diane already explained to everybody that she signed all of us up for sound exchange.
Well, I signed escape.
Oh my God. Now, this is somebody who really has like the proof and the information and the right receipts, because not only is she showing us paperwork, she's also showing us getting a first-hand testimony. So yeah, I know that's Tiny Peoples.
Of them up for sound exchange, and I sent all the paperwork, and Tamika, I did Latasha, everybody, and Tamika told me when we filled out the paperwork, she was living in New York then. And I still...
One thing about Tiny family, they stick together. You never hear no beef within the Tiny family and the T.I. family. I will say that. Like, you never hear the baby moms calling out Tiny. Well, as of recent, I don't know if this happened years in the past when I wasn't paying attention, but as of recent, you never hear anything with their family kind of, you know, spilling each other's business and everything like that. So say what y'all want about Tiny and T.I. and, you know, the little situation they be having going on in the clubs allegedly, but they keep a clean record when it comes to their family.
Still have the paperwork, and I filled it out, and I've put it. Her address was all in New York and everything. Tamika, my Tamika had gotten her checks, and it was a pretty big check then. I'm thinking it was like close to $20,000 the first time. They got a lot of checks though, and Tamika said, "I didn't get my checks." And I said, "Well, you should have." I said, "Because Tamika's gotten several checks already." And so we called up to Sound Exchange. Me and Tamika was on the line, and we talked to, this guy's name was Joe Mo Grady. I think he's passed away, but back then he was the person we talked to. And he talked to Tamika, and she asked him questions about her checks. And he told,
it's so eerie. She talks just like Tiny. Oh my God.
Told her.
And the whole thing with this whole money situation, it's paper trace. So you can, I don't know why, whoever's lying, and I of course think it's Latasha, you can't lie about it if it's paper trace, because you could be proven wrong.
To Hampton, Georgia. And so after that, she said, "Well, I live in New York. How did this happen?" And he sent her copies of the checks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah,
so
he sent copies.
He said something about your sister and Rocky. Edward Bivens, because I really didn't know Rocky's name.
Right, he said Edward Bivens cash your checks. But how was I supposed to get my money back?
The only way you could get your money back is you had to prosecute them. And you said, "I don't want to do that."
Once we did do the investigation, well, they sent information. Someone sent in, which was my sister, and I will be showing that in a second. She changed the contract and put her name on the contract, saying that she was my manager. And you're going to see that in a second.
Never trust somebody who'll steal from you, because guess what? If they'll steal from you, they'll unalive you. All right? Never trust somebody that steal from you. I learned that. Baby. They will unalive you. If they take from you, they will unalive you. Trust and believe that. And that's facts.
And then they put they sent my passport. It was a lot of stuff.
I know he said, you know, that they had proof. They thought it was you and everything. But there's only reason that you couldn't get your money back is you would have to prosecute them.
No one has a reason to lie.
And also, do you guys, because I did see, you know, that Tasha K interviewed the mistress. So do you guys want me to give my review of the interview? Because, you know, I love me a good Tasha K interview, okay? Because they're always scandalous, and she always pokes and prods and gets the good information out. So, you know, I might do one on Miss Tasha K. I low-key want to check it out, right?
You're going to see with the receipts. And if it wasn't for Miss Diane, none of us, me, Candy, my sister, Tiny, nobody would have gotten these checks from Sound Exchange. If it wasn't for you finding out about that royalty.
Well, see, my husband with the TAMs, I signed them up, and that's how I found out about it. And our business managers in New York told me about it. So that's kind of how I knew about Sound Exchange.
Thank you for doing that, because we're still getting checks today.
That's good. Get them checks.
Yes, love you.
Thank you. I love Tasha still. I mean, I love her. I mean, and I would never lie on none of y'all. I love y'all.
I know.
And I hope they're not like I'm talking about Latasha and her family and whatever. I hope they're not bad mouthing Tiny's people, because at the end of the day, she did the rightful thing by even telling us about this. Because let's really keep it a buck. They didn't even know about this. So had, you know, she been an evil person, she really could have been cashing all of their checks, and they would have never knew about it. I'm just saying. So I really hope they're not like bad mouthing her, because that would be really tough, especially y'all the ones that stole from her.
Y'all my babies.
Sound Exchange. She acted like she didn't know what I was talking about. So I'm not gonna do too much, but I will clear my name. I will show you a few pieces of evidence that shows how they went in and they changed my address to their address. How they changed my email. Everything that Miss Diane did was changed by my sister.
Oh wow. So we see on the left says payer name / company Tamika Scott. The address 207's Bank Station, Fayetteville, Georgia 30214. Has everything on here, and then the signature. And another way that could be proven too, we need the handwriting, okay? Miss Latasha, we need one of your gospel song transcripts that you be writing in the studio using Candy Beats. We need you to, whip us up a good old lyrical written song that you wrote in the studio and put it on Instagram. So that way we could compare the handwriting and signatures. Since you're saying it's all a lie, right?
Latasha Scott. That will give you evidence. Now, the misconception is the $30,000. It wasn't one check. It was multiple checks. It wasn't just one. So I was very nice. I was being very nice to say that only $30,000 was stolen from me. I was very nice to say only $30,000 was taken from me, stolen from me rather. So, you want your apology? How about I give them proof what you did?
And you could tell Tamika's really over it, because when somebody's quiet and sinister, that means they got something good coming for you. Okay? Her woo lady at work as we speak. So they might really want to tread lightly, because it's not like she came on there like, y'all got me messed up. Like, how could you? She's over the hurt part. Now she's to the point where I'm going to get you. Since you want to keep playing with me, I'm going to play you too. That's to the point where she's at right now.
A little bit, not a lot. I'm not trying to bury you. You just need to stop being out here saying these false things, you and your husband, these threats and everything else. It's not going to work. Oh yeah, one of the threats were that my tape, I have a sex tape that I did. Yes, when I was in my 20s, I did a sex tape. So, I didn't want to take it back to my house, so I gave the tape to my sister and told her to hold it. So, I can watch it every now and then. I just got to be honest with you. I was looking good on the tape. But,
at least I respect that, okay? She liked how the Debbie cakes were caking. So she said, let me take a little film of that, girl. Sis, can you hold it for me? But that was the wrong person who gave it to be honest. Listen, let me have did a video like that. I'm keeping it in the vault, okay? You're keeping it in the iPhone where you got to, at that time they didn't have iPhone, so I can't even use that example. You should have kept in a VHS tape under all the other old VHS tapes with the box that got a whole lot of dust in it, so you could know that somebody not gonna go in there because it got a whole lot of dust mites on it.
Anyway, I gave it to my sister, so I went back to get it. She said someone stole it out of her safe. So I said, okay, well,
and who was
at the safe code? Who got the code to your safe? She said only her and her husband. But somebody stole my tape. Now I'm about to be blackmailed by them. If I don't apologize, they're gonna put the tape out.
It's giving Mimi and Nico the tape when Mimi was having lunch with Nico, and she was like, where did the tape go? Are you kidding me? Nico, I have a daughter. And Nico was just like, I don't know what to tell you. The tape is gone, Mimi. But guess what? I'm gonna sit with Pornhub and we're gonna make a deal. Okay? We're gonna be famous like Kim and Ray J. It's giving that type of vibe, to be honest, but more so on Latasha and the husband side, because they're the Nico in that situation where the tape got lost. Nobody loses something like that so easily. It's not like you drop in keys somewhere. You feel me? Maybe you lose your ID. That's a whole sex tape. It shouldn't just be out and about.
The text says. So, you know what? You're not gonna scare me. You got my tape, but you said you didn't have my tape. Now all of a sudden you want to extort me and put the tape out? And you're doing a gospel album.
Huh.
Let's talk about that.
But she gagged you, girl. That's true, because it's like my gospel artists that I listen to, I'm not going to listen to if you're doing all this mess, because my ears are tainted from the mess. I'm sorry. Like, no. Imagine listening to Tamala Man and she out here beefing on Instagram. I don't want you to take me to the king.
So at the beginning of last year, my grandmother and my mom all was saying they wanted me and my sister to do a gospel album. So the management at the time went and I sat down with her, and she said that Motown Records offered me and my sister a gospel deal, right? So my sister came up to my house March of last year. Came up, spent the night, got snowed in. We were singing, we were cooking, having a good time. But it was a scratch in the record when I told her that we need to split everything down the middle. We need to write everything. We need to create everything together. And all of a sudden, she was outraged. She was like, well, this is what I do. I do music. I do music. You can do screenplays and you can write plays and movies, but I'm the singer in the family. So me and my husband was looking like, what just happened here? We're sitting here talking about a deal, a gospel deal for us, and she just went bananas.
I'm sorry. This isn't funny, but like, whoever is editing this video is top tier, and I need to, contact them because I don't be having time no more to be editing so much like I could. You feel me? That is hilarious. Whoever inserted that Family Guy clip, you really didn't have to do that. That really caught me off guard, you guys. That's funny.
I'm the singer. I'm this. I write. I do this. So in between all that eyes, I was tired from cooking and cleaning. I fell asleep on her butt. But when I fell asleep, my husband said she kept talking. He walked out. She was just mad. So when she left my house, she never mentioned it again. Now she posted receipts on her thing saying that Rocky got us the deal. But if you look real close to the paperwork, like I did, I screenshot it and read it. It says, "Dear," whatever the guy name was. She was asking questions. She said, what was his name? The manager, Rocky, and I. So the and I was not Rocky. It was the lady who sat down with us and told us who she got us the deal. Our old management. So how did Rocky get us a deal? I'm just so sick and tired of her praising him like he's God. It's like she want him to be this big. Okay, Tamika, stay focused.
And if you guys don't remember, Tamika, Latasha got the deal with the Motown people. So I don't know if she went back and did it on her own individually, which is really kind of messed up, especially if they offered you guys like a duo type deal. Because I more rather would listen to the both of you guys than just you, Latasha, especially after all this stuff. So that might have been the right route to go down. And I really believe Tamika when it comes to this, because if you guys remember on the show, Candy said on the show that Latasha at one point was just like, why don't you, meaning Tamika and Tiny, go back there and have more babies? If you said that to Tiny, listen, Tamika may not be the most successful, but Tiny got that money. So she having babies, but she having it with the right nigga. All right, so she's a little bit smarter than you, girl. I'm just saying, you could shade her all you want, but I know Tiny's sitting real comfortable over there. Trust and believe that.
Stay focused. But he did not get us the deal. I'm sure he was the one that talked her out of it, or both of them, because it's how you steal my money and steal our gospel deal. Oh, and it gets better. Check this out. So I have people calling.
And you know the setting and the aura for the girls that watch Big Brother, Celebrity Big Brother, or like I think it's like UK Big Brother. I mostly watch Celebrity and like the regular version. It's giving like Big Brother with the chair and everything like that. You know how New York was just like, I want to go home. It's giving that type of vibe. Just a little side note I want to add in there.
Sending me. I'm in church. This is the crazy thing about it. I'm in church and I got a text, and somebody said, "What's going on with this?" So evidently, if you go on your cable network and you look up a show, underneath the show will tell you who the actors are or who the people are that's on the show.
Without her permission.
Someone has went and replaced my pictures with my sister. So not only did you steal money and our gospel album that we told grandmama that we were going to do, but now, if you all go look, now my image is gone and is replaced with her pictures. Yeah, it's just a lot of cricket stuff.
Wait a minute. Wait. Is that even allowed? And can she go contact them to have that change? That's a little weird. That's super weird, actually.
And it's something about Todd, he said in the text. But it's crazy because things that were in a lot of cricket stuff that has
I had to
happened.
rewind.
And it's something about Todd. he said.
Okay, so in the text, he was referring to Todd. So you saying Todd was sucking the T girl's D? First of all, even if he was, what does that matter with you having to take the 30 court or anything dealing with the fallout between the two sisters? Todd could suck all the T girl's D if Candy's okay with it. I'm confused. I hope Candy and Todd sue the pants off of Rocky.
In the text. But it's crazy because things that were in that threat text, when my sister did her interview on her bus, dogging everybody out, talking about Candy, talking about I lied, certain things that were in that threatened text was in what she said. Wow. They mentioned a tattoo that only she knew about. They mentioned the sex tape that mysteriously disappeared. They mentioned pictures that was never sent to him when he cracked my door phone by saying he was my ex-husband. They are evil, evil people, but I'm not going to allow you to keep sitting out here and giving false narrative about me. I've had your back. I was stupid. I did things and you throw it in my face and you want to do a video saying, oh, you know how she is. I owned up to that. When I was wrong, I apologize.
See, this is why you don't lie the first time. Because if you lie the second time, people going to have a harder time into believing what you had to say and really believing your story. So she really shouldn't have lied on Candy. You see how that lie backfired, girl? Just saying. But yeah, I understand what she said. I'm glad that, Candy does have a forgiving heart because she's a great person. And, forgave her.
This time, I'm not wrong. The evidence is here.
Cole, he's my miracle.
What y'all think so far? The whole thing about the texting and the extortion, that's a new low. How are you going to extort your own blood sister? That's like the next level of disgusting. When we think it didn't get worse, it got 50 times worse.
I'm not talking about this anymore after this. Now the world knows that you are a liar. Embarrass your niece. Go ahead. Because you really don't care nothing about them because you would have never stole for them in the beginning. Go ahead. And watch what God does. God don't play about me. I don't hurt nobody. I don't do nothing. And the thing I did about Candy, I was in my late 20s. We're almost 50 years old. And you still holding it over my head. But I'm glad that she forgave me. But I forgive you, as I did before. Never meant to mention it. I was just pushed in a corner because you tried to destroy me in that first scene. But hey, it's life. And like you said, we're sisters, but not by choice.
Ooh, okay. So what do you guys think about that whole situation? It's disgusting. It just really is. Like, you basically, he has, I guess, Rocky to me is really the biggest problem. I feel like he's slowly but surely controlling her to the point where she's not around any of her family, so that way he'll be able to have a tighter grip on her. And a lot of girls end up going through this with dudes, but they don't even realize it until they're, separated from their entire family. They're not speaking to friends that they used to be close with. They're not speaking to their mom, their brother, their sister, none of those people. And that's when they kind of wake up. They're like, whoa, like you like the only person that I have. And I feel like Latasha slowly but surely going to get to that point, and she needs to watch out. Because I'm telling you guys, if you guys watch that scene where she signed the contract to the Motown Gospel thing, he was too happy for me. He was a little bit too happy for me. And we all saw what happened to Wendy Williams. The contract thing that she had wasn't contracting. Literally, the fact that the Wendy Williams show died was low-key a good thing for Wendy, because at the end of the day, it was paying Kevin Hunter's bills, right? So now that the show is over, there's nobody paying his bills. And I just hope that Latasha's not in that sort of situation. I feel like the mom is a lot to blame as well. I did see a clip where they were backstage and basically they were asking her, they're like, oh, who are you so excited to see here tonight, Mom? It was Latasha and Tamika. The mom looked at Latasha and was just like, she was going to be like, yay, you daughter. But then she thought about it. She was like, oh, both of you guys, of course. And I think she said another band or something like that. Stuff like that. Children remember that. Favoritism is nothing to play when it comes to kids, because they remember that growing up. And once they get older, they're going to resent you heavily for that. And that's why I don't think parents get, especially like people of the older generation. They just think stuff like that is okay and that it's just not going to stick with you and just pray on it. No, of course, a lot of things could get preyed on, but some things you can still pray on it and not fully get over it. And I think that's where Tamika is at this point. To be honest, this is what I would do if I was Tamika. I would really gag her. Like, you ever want to gag somebody, like choke you out? This is what I would do. I would put a little snippet of my XCX tape on OnlyFans. She does have kids, but we got to keep that in. So we do have to keep that in mind, right? I would say, hey, guys, due to her extorting me, I thought I beat her to the punch. I'm going to start an OnlyFans, guys. Subscribe in the link in my bio. And I would post a preview of the little bit of the sex tape on OnlyFans. And then put the subscription fee by like $50. And then we see what it really do. I'm just saying, like, that's the way to really gag you. Like, now what? Now what are you going to do? Huh? Because if you don't got that sex tape over my head, you have nothing else. And you still owe me money. And in my opinion, if Rocky and Latasha keep talking about her negatively, I already feel like Candy should press charges. I already know how I feel about her. We're not going to talk about that. But if I were Tamika, if they kept talking about me negatively in the press and start saying these things about me, I would press charges. Because it's like, I'm not even messing with y'all, but y'all starting with me. So I'm going to finish it. That's what I think would be the smartest thing for her to do. Plus, she needs to get her money back. 30K is not a little bit to lose. And she did say it's a lot more than 30K that was taken from her. So it's probably close to 100K. I wouldn't even be shocked. Okay? Before I continue, guys, Roller Ray told me that he finna get back. Well, better yet, Tommy told me she finna get Tamika back 20K.
So she said we only made 20,000, and I'm about to take 10 to my mama. And I was, yeah. That's what y'all stopped y'all life for, which I never had one. 20,000. Say that, a 20, a Twinkie. Yeah.
A dub. Okay, next I want to talk about, you guys, is Kevin Gates. So Kevin Gates, you guys, got exposed this week for basically, having fun with a T-girl. He did not know it was a T-girl until he was mid-action with the T-girl, okay? So she did an interview with these podcasts, which some of these podcasts really need to stop. I'm really sick of some of these people that just think that they could be podcasters, okay? And they get them, they get a little a spot in a studio somewhere. Hey, I can't shame me. This is my house, baby. Like, this is mine. I live here. So, like, yeah. Anyways, no, they get them a little studio or whatever, and they get them a couple mics, couple cameras. They just, start talking. And they think they're doing a big one. Anyways, she did an interview, guys, and talked about her night with Kevin Gates, y'all.
I'm not so he came and he was like, let's go to dinner. And I was like, okay, just text me where. Kept it really cool. And he sat down, he had 4 phones. He was saying El Chapo was watching.
He had 4 phones. I got 2 phones, one for the T-girl, one for the hoe.
Me, and I was like, okay. Cool. He had a both. A gang or was
no Chapo in the
cartel. And we were in his car. He was playing me his new album. He was on Instagram Live. And in my brain, I'm like, dude, he shows me on live. And I'm like, I just know one of the fans from Iowa, where I'm from.
That is a dude.
Yeah, that's a fucking male. And it was just one of those situations where I almost felt like I was at lunch with my, or in trouble with my principal.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like he was literally looking so deep into my soul and my 9 different holes that I didn't even know what I was getting into. I tried caviar for the first time. That was cute. It was hot. He asked do you want to come home with me? He was kind of just get in my car.
And they just that's how they always are.
You don't ask, you go.
Yeah, you just go. You just follow the rules. And I don't know. He's all about energy,
follow the rules. What is that supposed to mean?
Uganda, the whole 9. Honestly, we fucked. And I told him I was trans, mid, spread eagle, pussy flap scars and all.
How did you how did you bring that
honestly,
up?
I was
mid
just
sex. What?
Yeah.
I'm I'm squirting. He's like, no, you're not.
Yeah. Oh my. And the thing is, he would know out of everybody because Kevin Gates is one of the freakiest dudes out here in hip hop. So he really gets down, all in your stomach, put that all in your stomach, turn around, bend you over, all in your stomach. He is the one to really know if somebody's a T-girl or not. I really feel like he knew that she was a T-girl the whole encounter. And I'm going to tell you guys why.
I got you guys to kill me. But no, it was literally, I'm not kidding, like spread eagle. I think he was like eating me out or something. And then in my brain, he like stopped and I'm like, oh, he knows my clit looks different. Like, fuck. Like, I was like, fuck, what's happening? And he was like, yeah, no, he's not out of breath that quick. Let me get this man an oxygen tank. But he was like, can I ask you something? And I go, yeah. And he was like, are you trans? And I go, and I was just like, I was so drunk. Like, come on. There, like,
what gives you that idea?
And I was laying there and I go, you caught me. And he literally was like, baby, I don't give a fuck. God raised all of us equal, all this stuff. And I was like, that makes you so much more attractive. And that makes you so much more, like, honestly, manly and hot that you, like, that you know that I had to work harder and pay more than all these other fucking crusty dusty.
Wait, what was after crusty dusty? What's like, this the thing. Certain T-girls, they cannot say certain things because it's going to make you guys really look to the point where you guys are coming across offensive. I really hope she didn't say crusty dusty girls that don't have to get surgery, meaning like cisgender women. So I hope she didn't say that. I do feel like Kevin Gates knew that she was a T-girl the whole time. Kevin Gates is not a dumb person. He's very, sexually liberated. He's very experienced. We already know like stuff that he's talked about during interviews, from drinking, not Aquafina water, but the lemon juice. Okay. He drank all the lemon juice and do all this type stuff. So it's like I feel like was smart enough to know that she was a T-girl. Do I think what she did was smart? No. At the end of the day, she's really dumb because one, I've known people that have done stuff like this with celebrities. I know some T-girls that have, shown me some stuff that they've done with some like known celebrities and stuff like that. But guess what? They know not to put it out on a public platform because they don't want that relationship to stop. A lot of what is wrong with this day and age is people want everything to be known. The reason why the 90s and all these artists are able to really keep going on in their career after the 90s is because a lot of what they did, they didn't go out there and tell it. Okay, everybody's so fame hungry and just want clout so bad. You're lucky that he really didn't get mad and that he was accepting of you being a T-girl, because had that have been somebody else or another rapper, you might have got hurt. So I don't know why she thought that was smart to do that. And another thing, why she thought it was smart to do it on a public platform. Girl, that could have been your trade piece. You could have been having you some gates every week. You feel me? But no, you want to be dumb and tell the world just for some clout and some clicks and views, but it's not cute. Because for you to kind of make it seem like, oh my God, I can't believe he slept with me. Aren't you a woman? So you're exploiting your own self by making it seem like it's abnormal that he wanted to sleep, that he slept with you and kept wanting to eat you out, even though you had all the surgery done. You had the bottom piece done, top piece done. Okay, you could work on the facial feminization, but that's another story, right? Voice don't sound too bad. You're a woman. So why are you making it seem like it's so salacious? Should have made it seem more normal, or guess what? Don't bring it up at all, right? T.S. Madison spoke on this, and I'm glad T.S. Madison did, because T.S. Madison to me is one of the few T-girls I really do respect, because she has common sense regardless of what people may say about her. And I really hate some of the hate that she gets in the media sometimes. I feel like a lot of people really go hard on Maddie because she has a lot of clout and because, she's that girl. Like, to me, she's the queen of the T-girls. I don't think it's Sydney Starr. I don't think it's Amaya Scott. I don't think it's B. Scott. Okay? I don't even think B. Scott is a T-girl, but you know what I'm saying? She's just there. None of them are the queens. She is the queen. All right? That's just in my eyes. What y'all think? So she put on Instagram, she said, if you are trans and y'all here running to social media says blogs detailing your sex experiences with celebrity men, I have a question for you. What is the reason? Because you can't claim you're a woman, then sensationalize your sexual encounters for shock value. Don't be the continuous part of the down low stigma men are forced to adhere to surrounding their sexuality. So then she put on her quote, she said, so again, I've always stated that there's no safe space on any front for the men to live their authentic lives. The women won't accept them. The men won't accept them, and the trans want to out them. The men want to out them too, girl. Okay. I'm glad that she spoke on this because, like I said, why are you making it seem like an abnormal thing? Why? Once you want to keep your trade peace, if you guys don't know, trade is a very hyper masculine dude that's thuggish. Okay, why wouldn't you want to keep your trade peace and get rid of him that quickly? Right? It just, to me, it doesn't make sense. It's just not smart with you being in the industry. I don't think she's in the industry, but I'm saying for you to get around him that easily, that would mean you know a couple of people, you know, that either rap, sings, whatever is in the industry, right? Next thing I wanted to talk about, you guys, was Big Latto. This is the thing. Speaking of podcasts, it's he spilling and everything. I'm sick of these celebrities starting off these platforms to spill tea, do interviews and everything like that. Leave that to us normal people. Why do you guys have to do it? Huh? Why is it so interesting now to spill tea, to do interviews with other celebrities when you're a celebrity yourself, which I feel like is hypocritical. Like, I feel like celebrities shouldn't be interviewing other celebrities. That's just from my opinion. I hate when I see it being done because I'm like, you're literally taking food and money out of regular people's lives, out of regular people's mouths, because you want to do it, because you think it's cute and you think it's fun. Why? So she's starting her new, podcast / radio show on Apple Music. And Chloe Bailey is her first guest. She already put like a preview of it on social media and dropped how her and Chloe interview was done, and where Chloe talked a little bit about, Quavo and everything like that. And she was just like, that's the tea. Oh my God, like that's really like the tea. Because we heard that you and Quavo was, down there having sex. So I'm like, take a look, you guys.
That you was talking to Quavo. Well, we doing a movie together. But they was saying that y'all was hanging out. Well, who said that? I don't know. Why the hell would you say that? I don't know where that came from. Hello? Yeah, working. Yes. Working. He's a really nice guy. Yeah? Yeah, he's nice. I mean, he got dreads. Yeah, I like his locks. I like his locks. Yeah.
Like, that to me is so corny and it's so awkward to me because you can tell that's not really her passion. Latto doesn't seem like, to me, that's very messy and the type to really, how Nikki is just like, let's get into the things. And like, that's really Nikki. Like, she's really like a messy person. I feel like within, she just doesn't, she shows it sometimes when she wants to troll, but like the inner her is low-key messy. Latto to me doesn't come across as that. And it just comes across very much like a try hard. Like, you're trying to be, the girl with the podcast. You're trying to be the one that's relatable and that could really, have girl talk on the radio and on the Apple podcast. Like, that's just not in your field. From what I see from Latto, she's a really, really pretty girl. So I don't know why Latto doesn't tap into the whole beauty field. I feel like that's something she would be very, very successful at if she tapped into either like hair care, maybe a little bit of makeup, something like that. But tea spilling on a radio show, no. And they just be giving Nikki things to rap about. Because you know how, Nikki always talk about these my sons and they be copying me and all that. Like, you just gave her another line. You just gave her another verse. And you didn't even think twice about that. Like, come on. Like, some of these artists, the way that they move to me is just not smart. Like, they do it very, very dumb. I would have put me out a sickening hairstyle, a hair care line, so that way, for the girls with all types of hair textures, kinky, curly, straight, get you some Latto hair, okay? Some lottery hair. Get lucky with your hair texture. Come on now. But you spilling tea on a radio show? Ooh, that's what you want to do? Like, it's just like, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. All right. I do think Latto is very pretty, but her team needs a little bit more work on the direction that they're sort of gearing her on. The promo is very cute though, with the whole "you're toxic, I'm slipping under with the taste of your voice, I'm very high." I love that. Okay, I live for that. I live for that. So next thing I want to talk about, you guys, is Eva. So the moment I saw this, I was shocked. This is why I'm scared of relationships, because you see them on social media and also quickly that it's like, do you really want to put in that time and waste that time with somebody, and then next thing you know, y'all not together no more? That's scary to me. So when I seen this instantly, I was just like, ooh, this is so bad. This is so bad. So her husband, Michael Sterling, okay, they're getting a divorce after 5 years. He did put out a quote and said, "I'm not going to lose my wife. I'm going to fight for her every fiber in my being," the attorney wrote. And then also said, "I love her and I plan to show her how much I love her and that our love is strong enough to get to the other side." And then he also said, "I'm not going to lose my wife. I'm going to win her back." Listen, he did a lot more than what Mr. Roth did, okay? Mr. Roth didn't even put out no statement and say anything, that, "Oh, we're trying to work it out." Ralph just wanted out. He wanted to go to Tampa. So I really feel like maybe Eva should consider, not fully going through with this divorce, but who knows what they even got divorced over. It doesn't seem like he would be the type to step out on a marriage, but then you don't really know these people. You're just, from what you're going off. I'm just going off of what I've seen on social media and TV. He just doesn't give me that type of vibe. This is what I think happened. My little guest situation. Eva works a lot. Okay? She does the All Queens Man. She does commentating. She does all this type stuff. So I feel like they didn't have enough time to really probably be together. And I feel like when they were together, they would probably get into arguments over dumb stuff. This is just my little guess and from what I see, because she's not the type of girl to just sit at home with her feet up. The girl is a working girl, okay? She grew up in the era of the Tyra Banks, where Tyra said, "You better go out there and book those jobs." So she's booking those jobs. And I feel like maybe the husband wanted her to be the actual housewife, where she kicks her feet up, relaxes, and doesn't, do any work or anything like that. I will say this though, Andy, what are you doing? I'm talking about Andy Cohen. The people that you have on Real Housewives of Atlanta literally have nothing going on. And then we have all these people that used to be on the show that are not on the show, and so much things are happening in their lives, and they're not on the show. Like Marlo. What more does Marlo have to show us? We get you're taking care of your nieces and your nephews and all that stuff. You're building a new house. What more? What more? This is the type of storyline I want to see, because this is so unexpected. The way that they were on the show, they were very much in love. We never got no inkling of them, not getting along. We saw the marriage on the actual TV screen. So this is what I want played out. Eva, I believe, was offered the next season after she left, but I think she turned it down. I do think with this whole divorce thing going through or whatever, if she actually wants to go through with it, I think this would be the time to really reach out to her and say, "Hey, girl, you want your peach back? We're giving Sheree's away, okay? We let her come back too many times." And if I see Sheree this season talk about she bought Sheree's clothing line and it's not even fully done, or y'all could just hang it up. Because we've seen it over and over and over. The same storyline over and over. We get nothing different. We get no switch out. No, come on, dog. Sheree needs to leave. Marlo needs to leave. Make Marlo friend of. Period. Bring Eva back. Bring Portia back. Nene, apologize to the people for what you said about them being racist. Bring her back. And we have a show. That's what I think. All right. Next I wanted to talk about, you guys, is Blueface. So Blueface, you guys, finally defended his girl, Chrisean, okay? He tweeted something and said, lots of women smoke weed until their last trimester. There is no effect. Don't shoot the messenger. So this is referring to the whole picture, well, the whole video of, her, smoking. Out of all the times you come out to defend her, this is the time that you choose to? All the times? And then he says, no, I'm not being, he also tweeted and said, oh, no, I'm not being biased. You need to be biased. This is your baby mama. Like, this man makes me like go crazy. Like, I don't know how Chrisean deals with him. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I would go insane. He says, I don't mean to be biased, but, I'm just saying what it is. A lot of women do this. There was quite a debate in the comments saying that there that some people could smoke weed and some people cannot. In my comments, I feel like a pregnant woman shouldn't be smoking weed because you don't know what's in there. You don't know if you're a weed man, one day might slip up, accidentally put something in there that's not supposed to be in there, you get laced. Like, I just don't think you should. Right? He also tweeted some more things. He said, I think my mama is the most toxic one in the relationship for real. Because he asked, who do you guys think is the most toxic one in the relationship, Blueface or Rock? And then he said, I'm only tweeting the truth. Whether it's in her favor or not, I'm not biased. This is what I mean. You need to be biased. You're biased when it comes to Jaden. Why are you not biased when it comes to Chrisean Rock? She's carrying your seed. I'm just saying, like, you should have just left that out. Defended her and kept quiet, okay? Maybe she is pregnant. She is pregnant, okay? I'm not going to say maybe. The fact that he defended that she is pregnant, because like I said, if it's a lie, I feel like they're going to lose half of their following. Because you don't make fun of pregnancy and you don't imitate pregnancy for that long, because some women wish they can get pregnant and they don't have the ability to do so physically. So a lot of people are not going to be messing with that and think it's a key and be like, good one. No, that's not a good one. That's not. No. Last thing I want to talk about is Natalie. Natalie. Okay. Miss Wagyu Steaks. She's ordering Wagyu Steaks on her phone, you guys.
Natalie, stop it!
Why, Natalie? It's the editing for me. I'm sick of some people on Instagram thinking that we can't tell that you guys are using filters and editing and Photoshop. Okay, sis never need a filter. I'm just saying, like, some people you just don't do filters and editing and stuff like that. So it's like, why are you using filters and editing on your pictures when we know in real life you don't really look like that? Like, Natalie, it's okay. A lot of people have made fun of Natalie's chin and all that stuff. We've seen her on the boxing match resting the mic on her chin like that or whatever. Just embrace it. I feel like if she just embraced like her chin and like her facial features a lot more, a lot of people would stop clowning her as much because they wouldn't have that to clown on her with. Because the fact that she edits so much, people know that that's like her little hot spot. They know the old thing is her hot spot. They know the chin thing is her hot spot. That's why Chrisean said the thing, you old, bro. Yee. You very old, bro. Yee. Right? Let me know what you guys think down below about these topics. What do you guys think about Latasha versus Tamika? Do you guys think Tamika should press some legal charges so she could get her $30K back? What did you guys think of Eva getting a divorce? Do you guys think Blueface needs to defend Chrisean a little bit more? Leave your comments down below. We're out, babies.
No personal thing.